10 News begins with breaking news.
San Diego police dodging bullets for the second time in 24 hours. Two chaotic scenes finally ending on the freeway in Otay Mesa.
We have crews at both locations tonight. We begin with 10 News reporter Matt Boone. He's live along the 905. Matt?
Derek, after those shots rang out, the suspects tried to get away. They got about 15 to 20 miles before police finally caught up to them here in Otay Mesa. This is on the 905 near Britannia. There's still an active scene out here as police investigate that car that's still on the freeway. We've got video, though, from earlier this evening as one of those suspects was taken into custody. Police say there were actually two people inside of that black Chrysler 300. They did come out voluntarily when they were finally pulled over. They thought a third suspect may have been inside, so they sent a K9 unit into the car. There was no one else hiding in there, but they are still potentially looking for a third suspect. Video that we just shot shows inside the car. They have all the doors open, but they have not started searching it yet, so they don't know if there is actually a gun inside. Once again, this all began earlier this evening around 9:30 on Main Street in Barrio Logan. We've also got video from that scene from the 10 News breaking news tracker. Police say a team of detectives from the Vice unit had been conducting an operation there. Police had noticed that black Chrysler 300 circling the area. At some point, police say shots were fired, potentially directed at those officers. Thankfully, no one was hit, but that car did speed off, eventually ending up here in Otay Mesa. The freeway had been shut down for a while as they tried to take those suspects into custody. It's now open. There was quite a traffic backup earlier, but as you can see, traffic is now flowing. Once again, they are potentially still looking for a third person that could have been involved. They're still questioning witnesses near that motel up in Barrio Logan, trying to piece together exactly what happened and why those people started firing. Reporting live tonight in Otay, Matt Boone, 10 News.
At that still developing scene, thank you, Matt. And this comes just one day after police got into a gun battle in Logan Heights. They say 30-year-old Enrique Aguilar came at officers with a gun pointed at them. A warning, the video of the shootout may be disturbing to some. The shooting happened just after 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It was captured on video by a 10 News viewer. Police tried to stop two men for drug dealing. Aguilar started running at them and pointed a handgun at officers. They yelled at him to drop it, but he didn't. He fired at officers. They fired back and struck Aguilar once. Retired San Diego Police Lieutenant Ray Shea says the officers did everything by the book.
You cannot let him pass you. So those officers had no choice.
Aguilar has non-life-threatening injuries. The two officers involved were not hurt. We will continue to push developments on both of these shootings through the 10 News mobile app. There's a free version available in the App Store.
President Trump is in Southern California tonight, and in just a few hours, he'll be making his way from L.A. to San Diego. A small group of protesters gathered outside the Beverly Hills Hotel tonight, where the president attended a campaign fundraiser. Some of those protesters actually tried to light an American flag on fire. Trump supporters tried to stop them, and a scuffle broke out. One Trump supporter says he was attacked by a protester.
As I was filming, one of them just came to the sidewalk. I wasn't even on the sidewalk yet, and he started punching me and attacking me. I had a camera on each hand, so I wasn't even able to defend myself.
The GOP projects the president's California fundraisers will raise about $15 million.
The president's last stop in California will be right here in San Diego. And 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is live outside the U.S. Grant, where we believe the president will be attending a fundraiser tomorrow. Anthony?
Kimberly, sources tell us that that fundraiser will be here at this hotel, and guests tell us that they have been notified of a large event happening tomorrow that's expected to impact traffic. There aren't any obvious signs that the U.S. Grant is preparing for a presidential visit, but hotel staff slipped this note under doors of guests saying that coming and going from the hotel will be impacted Wednesday afternoon around 3 o'clock due to a large private event. These no parking signs along their street likely for the same event. The signs dated for September 18th from 1 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sources say President Trump will be attending a high-end fundraiser here, gearing up for 2020. Tickets start at $2,800 individually and go as high as $100,000 per couple. The event caps the president's fundraising trail along the West Coast that started Tuesday in Palo Alto. UC San Diego political scientist Thad Kauser says despite being a stronghold for Democrats, more than 4 million Californians supported President Trump in 2016, and there are a lot of deep pockets in the Golden State.
Even though he's going to be jeered by protesters, he's going to face a lot of flack, he's also going to raise a lot of money.
The president will then head towards the border and a meeting with Customs and Border Protection. Sources say he's going to meet with Chief Patrol Agent Douglas Harrison, who will then take the president to see the new border wall in Otay Mesa. The Department of Homeland Security recently replaced 14 miles of border wall. The new wall, 30-foot high steel bollards reinforced with cement, replacing Vietnam-era landing mats. And San Diego police and the sheriff's department say that they are preparing for protests tomorrow, and they do have plans in place. We're reporting live tonight. Anthony Pura, 10 News.
Anthony, thanks. Now, as for who President Trump will face in next year's election, Joe Biden continues to lead the Democratic pack. In our scientific nationwide 10 News Union Tribune poll, Biden tops the field with 33% support. Behind him, Elizabeth Warren at 19%, followed closely by Bernie Sanders. Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg round out the top 5. Now, Biden is also far and away the candidate most Democrats think could beat the president. 61% think he would come out on top, followed by Warren at 45% and Sanders at 43%. We have the complete breakdown of how all the candidates fared at 10news.com.
California could reportedly lose the power to set its own vehicle emission standards. The Trump administration is expected to make that move tomorrow while the president is here.
We actually would not achieve our climate greenhouse gas reduction emissions goals, which would be a tragedy for all Californians. It would definitely result in worse air quality.
California has long pushed automakers to adopt more fuel-efficient vehicles, but the Trump administration is pushing for a rollback of tougher federal emission standards that passed under former President Obama. Top California officials and environmental groups have pledged legal action. And 10 News will have complete coverage of the president's visit tomorrow. You can also follow us online at 10news.com and the 10 News mobile app.
They should treat the kids how they would want their kids to be treated.
New at 11, a City Heights mother is demanding answers after she says the San Diego Unified School District dropped her son off at the wrong bus stop all alone, and the boy was just 5 years old. 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo says the district is now apologizing.
And that student was supposed to be dropped off in front of this elementary school yesterday afternoon. The mom tells me that her son was actually scared to get back on that school bus this morning. She tells me she feared the worst, that someone had taken off with her son. What was supposed to be the first day of a new bus stop for 5-year-old Jake Chapman sent his parents into a panic.
His dad called me probably at 4:38 and said he's not here.
Jake never showed up. His mom, Shalise Turner, called the transportation department to find out where he could be.
They told me, okay, look, we just contact the bus driver. They're 15 minutes late.
Thinking they had made a mistake, Turner frantically drove to his old bus stop just in case, where another parent told her he saw Jake at an entirely different school stop.
I seen Jake at the other school crying. Nobody was there to pick him up. He's up there by himself.
Turner drove to Edison Elementary, where she found Jake in tears, nearly 3 miles away from his bus stop at Horace Mann Middle School.
He was up there crying, standing in front of a school crying like hysterical. When he seen me, he just ran to me and just hugged me. He wouldn't let go. He was shaking.
The district sent 10 News a statement calling what happened an unfortunate, isolated incident, saying they take the matter very seriously, adding that the district has reached out to the family to apologize. The statement goes on to say the employee responsible will be held accountable. But for Turner, the trust is broken.
I had nothing. I had to look for my son. And I'm trusting you guys to take him and pick him up from school. I'm doing my part, picking him up from the bus stop and taking him where I'm supposed to be.
Today, the bus was also about 25 minutes late. The mom tells me that if this problem continues, she will not let her son ride the school bus anymore. Live in City Heights, Laura Acevedo, 10 News.
So frightening for that family. Thank you, Laura. We are hearing from one of the Lincoln High students who says she was racially taunted during a football game. Lillian Mixon is a member of the drill team. She says she and her teammates were called terrible names during last Friday's game at San Clemente High School.
We're going in a group to the bathroom during halftime, and a little boy, he asked me if I do flag or twirl, and I told him no, I dance, I do drill, and he responded with the N-word.
And she says she was also called the N-word a second time. Mixon says she reported the incidents immediately, but San Clemente High and the Sheriff's Department says hate speech was never mentioned. Both schools are investigating.